Hello everybody, and welcome to our presentation on TalentScout. This is the application that we built for GeekFest 2011, and just wanted to show it here so that everybody at T4G got a chance to see what we've built. TalentScout is about making recruiting more efficient. So one thing is to talk a little bit about the challenge that we face, not only at T4G but at other IT companies around the globe really, is that we're really in the midst of a war for talent. And with T4G growing to its 2015 objectives, we're going to be hiring lots of people, and therefore recruiting is becoming more of a focal point around the company's go-forward strategy. To that end, we think TalentScout can address some needs. The first issue that we kind of have, not only at T4G but I'm sure at other companies, is that the current systems just don't really support any kind of rapid expansion. So we might have some teams at T4G who use Excel spreadsheets, other might manage their recruiting through SharePoint lists, some might even scratch notes in notebooks. And these might individually work okay for each team, but there's certainly some issues that come with it, and there's inefficiencies in sort of managing these one-off little systems. So we might lose time and money along the way. We might even lose some good talent due to the inefficiencies because we just can't move them through the recruiting process quickly enough. And all of this can lead, obviously, to frustration with various people involved in the recruiting process. We also miss visibility into that recruiting and talent pipeline really overall. So without being able to see across the company how well we're doing on the hiring front, we really don't know whether to up our recruiting efforts, reduce the recruiting efforts, and even tracking things like referrals is a little more cumbersome than it probably needs to be. So really this is where TalentScout comes in. It's the solution. TalentScout's one application for all. It's a web application that should be easy to use and maybe even fun to use. I mean, that might be stretching it a bit, but that's the vision. It's mobile friendly, so we've got an application that's ready to be built out on a mobile platform, but today it's a desktop web application. We've built in alerts that prompt action so that managers are prompted when there's activity that needs to take place, and all of this should lead to saving of time and therefore money as well. The solution also proposes that transparency be brought to the recruiting process at T4G. We want every team lead to know what recruits have entered the system, even if those recruits belong to other team leads. That gives us an opportunity to maybe see a great recruit that might match my team's needs, and maybe maybe there's a bit of trading that can happen between the managers to make sure the best recruits go to the right team. So I think when you come up on 4 great recruits, you hire one, there's 3 that are left in the system, and other team leads might want to grab those prospects. And today's systems just don't really allow for that sort of transparent trading and sharing. All of this should lead to shorter wait times for recruits, so less likely to be picked off by competitors. We also propose that TalentScout make the talent pipeline just as important as the sales pipeline. So at T4G we have great tools for forecasting, how we're going to do how we're doing on the sales side, a quarter out, a year out. Talent pipeline should be the same in that we kind of know that we can match hiring with those potentially increased sales activities. So if there's a great healthcare opportunity or energy opportunity coming, and we're going to need 20 people, we can go to this TalentScout dashboard and be able to identify if we've got the resources we need ready to hire or whether we need to ramp up. So that's TalentScout, or at least the impetus behind TalentScout. Now we'll flip to a quick demo to show you guys what we've built. So a lot of this actually is implemented. It's a Ruby on Rails project that's hosted right now in Heroku. We could also host this on-premise, as we realize the nature of the data in this might not be something that every company wants hosted in the cloud. Most of it's built. There is a little bit of smoke and mirrors going on, but very little. We really do have a full-featured solution. The first thing we built in TalentScout, knowing that the referral is the best channel for us to get some of the best recruits into the system, we built the referral page so that it's really self-serve for employees. It takes onus off management to do a lot of data entry, which is what happens today, at least on my team. And really, the team members who bring the recruit forward know more about the recruit than you do, so they're in the best position to fill this out. That said, we did make it a little bit easier for that recruit to get pulled into the system. So we've got LinkedIn import, which will pull as much data as is available from someone's public LinkedIn profile. So there you see it's pulling in probably a little bit more than you'd expect, even down to phone number and stuff like that. You can also add attachments. You can tag, which will make things easier to search later. So it's, again, in your best interest to tag people appropriately because you want management to notice all the great things that, that this referee can do. Referred by is a way that you can get yourself tracked against this referral so that you ensure you get your referral bonus. So I think this is great for the employees out there who want to make sure that they get tracked and they don't now have to hound their manager. They just fill out this field and they're done. Assign applicant to, and this is where you'd pick a manager to assign the applicant to. This is a key point. Although the system is truly transparent, this feature is all about making sure that, that there is some ownership over an applicant as they enter the system. Ultimately, I think it'll be important for a person to be able to assign this applicant to no one, just if they want to post it to the greater T4G groups and let the first manager on a first-come, first-served basis grab that applicant. So next up, the referral will take place. It'll thank the employee for the referral, and what I can't show you is that an SMS message was also delivered to my phone because I'm the manager who is assigned the referral. I get a text message that tells me, hey, you better go check out TalentScout because there's a new applicant in the system for you to take a look at. So we'll flip over to me logging into the system. First of all, I'll just log out really quick. So we've got our login screen. This is all fully implemented. We also have a way to sign up as well, so I can flip to that. Just name, email, password confirmation. So I'll go ahead and log in. Now I'm presented with all of the applicants across the company. So this is where the transparency comes into it. So you can see I can see all the applicants assigned both to myself and as well as Mike McPhail. So I could take a look at people Mike's looking at, and maybe we can again talk and have a conversation about, you know, whether those guys fit his team or maybe there's somebody he might want to consider passing to me, and likewise I might pass someone to him. But this page will be all about the search functionality, being able to search by tag or name, being able to sort and filter so that you can see the applicants you really want to focus in on. On the left side here, we've got recent applicants so that you always have a snapshot of the most recently edited applicants by you. So, you know, as you move 10 people through the system, you always have quick access to those 10 that you're most interested in. If we pull up someone's, so we'll pull up Jason Hyde here, and you can see that all of his information is there as you'd expect. Lots of tags, and you can add a note to interview notes. All looks good. You'd obviously have a little more information than that, but you can add a note. And the key here is that the activity log gets updated, and that's the key driving force behind TalentScout, is that sort of activity log that moves with an applicant all the way through to hire, so that when finally we get to the stage where Jeff Flood needs to interview, he's got all the information he needs in front of him without having to collect and read through emails and sift through attachments. So it should be easier for everybody across the board. We also have the ability to add a task, which I think is a key feature, so we'll move on to the tasks. These are by applicant, so you can actually create new tasks. Interview, let's go interview Catherine, and we'll set that for March 10th, and we'll assign it to Evan. So actually what we should, or Stuart, what we should say is interview Stuart. We'll assign that task. We'll flip over to Stuart's task list, and we'll see that the brand new task was entered for today. So this is really a task management system that that lives within TalentScout, and we could actually drive some workflow along with this, which is a feature we've heard a lot of feedback on. Finally, we've got reporting. So this is a piece that we would expect to build out with help from BI, a BI team, but really the idea here is that not only can a manager like myself take a look at how the talent pipeline looks like for my team, but also an executive at the highest level could take a look across the company and see how healthy our talent pipeline is. So again, the ability to match that talent pipeline against maybe our projected sales pipeline, or a new opportunity that's coming up, and make sure that we're ready. This sort of dashboarding could also be used to identify gaps and slow spots in the process, so that we can maybe enhance and build on our process to make things better for next time. So we kind of see it as an analytics to drive our process to be even better. In a nutshell, TalentScout's all about keeping it simple, getting the tool out of your way so that you can work quickly, efficiently, you can share information across the company, and we give you that dashboard so that decision makers can make the right strategic decisions based on real data. So I think we've got something that's fairly close to a first release kind of feature set, and then we've heard lots of good feedback about different integration points that might help smooth things if you were looking at deploying this just to T4G. But we certainly see TalentScout as something that could even live as software as a service, where we could have it white label per company who wants to use it and charge a monthly fee as well. So it could go a number of different directions. But at this point, it's a fairly simple standalone product that we're interested to hear feedback on. Thanks for listening. This was TalentScout, and we'll look forward to any feedback either on InfoCenter or through the new crowdsourcing tool. Thank you.